Hello everyone, welcome to Software Test Automation YouTube channel. So today we are going to see what is XPath. So we are starting from basic and we'll see the advanced part also of the XPath. So end to end. So please don't skip this video and watch till the end so that you will be able to understand and you will be expert in writing the XPath and you can easily answer the interview questions. Also, please don't forget to subscribe this channel so that you will get a latest videos update. Okay, so let's start. What is the XPath? So XPath in Selenium, it is the XML path used to navigate through the HTML structure of the page, or it is a syntax or language which is used to locate the web element on the web page. Okay, so what is meant by web element? So if I open any website here, if you see, I'm going to selenium.dev. I want to automate this website using Selenium. So before I start automating, I should know how to locate the element. And for that, we'll be using the technique called XPath. Okay, so there are some other also, but this is one which we are going to learn in depth. So let's say using Selenium, I want to click on this about. So what is this about? It is a link. So if I right click on this and click on inspect element, so this option you will get like this in Chrome. So here you can see this on the right side. If you see, it is highlighting. If I mouse over here, it is highlighting about. If I go down and if I just go to this next tag, it is highlighting download. So these, whatever you see on this web page, this Selenium, about, download, this search box, this bold text, this image, everything is called as a web element. And to locate that element, Selenium uses locator concept. Okay, so we will be learning how we can locate this element and how to write a XPath. So first thing is, you should know this page is generated using the HTML. Okay, and that HTML you are able to see here now. If you see here, I can expand it. So this is the HTML page. You can see this complete code is HTML. Okay, and XPath is a way to locate the elements, different type of element on this web page. Okay, so now next, once you know, now you know what is XPath. XPath is a way to navigate through the HTML structure which we just saw to locate the element. Now before we start learning XPath, we should know these 5 things. What is HTML? HTML stands for hypertext markup language, which is used to design the web pages. Okay, which is designed to uh, make the web pages. What is the tag? So if you see here, let's say this about. So here, if you see, this is generated using the anchor tag, a tag. So you can see here, it is starting with a and ending with /a. So this is, we call it as a one tag. So a in HTML used to generate a links. So similarly, if you see, the next one is a download. This is also generated using the a tag. So whatever it is starting with this type of thing, tag, we call it as a tag. Here a is a tag and it is ending with a /a. So everywhere you will see ul is also a tag. It is ending with a ul here. So here it is ending, and inside ul again we have sub tags. Okay, li tag, we have this div tag. Okay, this is a div tag, this is a script tag. Okay, this is a nav tag, this is a header tag, this is a body tag, this is a head tag, and this is HTML tag. So this is a button tag. So let's say I want to see for this read more, right click, inspect it, and this is again a link. Okay, this is anchor tag. So all these we call it as a tags, and with the help of tag, this page is designed. Okay, so if you want to learn more about the HTML, you can just Google it. You will find good tutorials about how to design HTML page and all these things. Okay, now I hope it is clear. Okay, so I will give one example also now, like how you can generate the HTML page. Okay, so HTML page always start with the HTML tag. So here I have opened the notepad. I will write one tag called HTML. This will be the main tag in HTML, and in HTML every tag should end with a /. Okay, if we start the tag, it should end also. So I'm starting the tag here, I'm ending here. Now this is a main tag. Okay, inside that we need to write another tag. There will be a header tag, and it should have a closing also. Okay, it should have a closing tag also. Inside that we will have a body tag, and this body tag should close also, slash body. Okay, each tag I'm opening and I'm closing also. So this is the basic structure of HTML page. So inside head tag we will be importing the CSS and JavaScript. Okay, so that I'll just explain in one line. So CSS we are using to color the page. If you see, HTML only can design the page. So all these coloring effects are done by CSS and JavaScript. So those we are importing here, and whatever the tags we will use inside a body, this will generate the web page. Now let's see how our page looks now. I will save this file as a HTML. The extension should be HTML. Okay, I have saved it, and now if I open this file, just give me 1 minute, and this is your HTML file which we generated, and we don't see anything here because inside a body we have not written anything. Okay, let's say I want to generate a login form. So what I will do, inside a body, to generate an input box, we need to use an input tag, and this tag should close also, or we can write slash at the end. So in one line also we can close it, and we have to write some attribute. Let's say if I don't do anything and refresh this page, you can see input box is generated and I am able to type here. Okay, so each element is generated with a one tag. Okay, so if I want to make this tag as a password field, then I need to use a type as a password. Okay, now if I refresh, so you don't see any change here, but if I type, you can see it is not visible. Okay, so what we have done, this inside a tag we are writing some attribute here. So we call type is an attribute name and this password as a type attribute value. So one HTML tag can have a multiple attributes and values. Okay, and if you want to make this mandatory field, we'll be using something called required. Okay, so similarly I need another input box for username. Okay, username I don't want password field, it should be normal field. So here you can see it is visible, it is not visible because there is a difference in attribute. Okay, so attributes tell more about the element. Okay, so we can consider this attribute is one person, sorry, the tag is one person, and the person has different attributes like name, color, age. We can name it like this one. Okay, and finally I want a button. So button is generated using the button tag in HTML. Okay, and let's say if I refresh now, it generated button, but it doesn't have any value now. Let me add the login and close this HTML tag. And now if I refresh, you will see the login. So now I hope it is very clear for you what is the HTML. So this is the HTML, and we also call it as a DOM actually. Okay, so whatever we see this HTML code, we call it as a DOM, document object model. Okay, so whenever we click on any link, the DOM get refreshed. You can see it refreshed. It gets changed every time. Okay, so that also you should know. So now we learn what is the HTML, what is the tags in HTML. So whatever we see, this each element is created with one tag, and one tag can have a one or more attributes. Okay, that we learn now. So let's go to our PowerPoint. So we learn what is HTML, how it is generated, what is tag, and inside tag we will have a attribute name and its value, and DOM is a document object model. Now let's so there are two main types of XPath. One is absolute XPath and one is a relative XPath. So what is this absolute and relative XPath? So if I inspect this page also, I will see whatever I have written in the notepad. You can see I have HTML tag, head, body. So if I want to find this input, I want to find this input using XPath, using the absolute path. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to traverse through this structure. This is a HTML structure. So top element is HTML. Inside that we have head, and head and body are in parallel. Okay, so inside HTML we can directly jump to body. Inside body I have input tag, and which input tag, there are two input tags. So I want first input tag. So how we'll write a basic syntax of XPath is this one. You can see the basic syntax is double slash, then tag name, and inside that we have to write at the rate, attribute name and its value. This is the basic syntax. But this syntax, how we can write in an absolute and relative way. Okay, absolute means we have to use a single slash. Single slash means we have to go from the top HTML tag, find body tag, then find input tag. Okay, this is absolute path. And how I'm searching here, I just okay, let me inspect element. We are in a element section. Just click here, Control F in Windows. This box will appear here, find by string, selector or XPath. Just paste your XPath here, and you can see by this we are able to locate, but it is saying there are two input box. It is not able to identify unique one. So you can see here also it is showing 2 of 2. So we need exact first input box. So how we can write? We can write in bracket 1, and you can see it is highlighting first input box. So this is how we will be writing the XPath. But this is the absolute path. So tomorrow if any element change, this body, inside body some div is added, so what will happen? My XPath will not work. So this is not a best practice or best way to write a XPath. So we will be not using the relative will be not using this first type, which is absolute XPath. Okay, absolute means we have to start from top to bottom. So currently this absolute XPath is working here, but let's say tomorrow what happened in your HTML code before this div body, when div got added, okay, and it is ending here slash div. Okay, new element is added. Now what will happen? I'm using same XPath, Control F V, but you can see it is not working. It is not working. The reason, now the DOM structure is changed. So I will go to HTML tag. Yes, it is present on the top. Inside that we have body. Yes, it is present. And inside body we should have input. But now it is div is there. New div got added. So I need to write here again div slash, and now then only it will work. So this is the disadvantages of using the absolute path. So we'll be not using absolute path. So we'll be using relative path. So how we can find same element using absolute relative path? So here instead of writing all these things, I can delete everything till this div, and I can jump to div tag directly using double slash. Double slash means find anywhere in this DOM structure div tag, and from this div tag find the first input tag. So why I am using single slash here? Because it is immediate tag. Okay, it is immediate tag. So that's why I am using here slash. I can use a double slash input also, but what it will do, it will find all the elements on this web page, input tags on this web page. So there are two. If I write one, it will select first one. Okay, so this is also how also you can write the first way. Okay, now let's navigate to the complex one. So real website we are taking here, and in this one, let's say I want to write XPath for this download using our basic syntax. So what our basic syntax tell? So here if you see, this download is a anchor tag. So basic syntax tell double slash directly jump to the tag A, and at the rate noted the attribute. So do we have any attribute to this a element tag? Yes, it has two attributes. One is a class, one is href. We will use any one. Let's say we will use href because it's look unique. Href equal to, what is the attribute value? Slash downloads. I will write slash downloads. Okay, so we have written, okay, I'm writing at the wrong place. We have to Control F, paste here, and you can see it is highlighting the download link. So I have used the first syntax, double slash tag name. Tag name here it is a, and inside a bracket I am taking one attribute and its value using @ symbol. So this was our first syntax, and we are able to successfully identify this download link. So assignment for you is like you try to find this document, project, this Selenium ID, image, then read more. So just try to find out these elements with the help of this syntax. Okay, now we'll move to the next syntax. So this syntax we have saw, double slash means jump to the tag. Which tag? That tag we have to mention. Then inside that we have to give the attribute and its value. Okay, that syntax we have just learned. So this is the basic syntax. Okay, now second is a and. Okay, second is a and. How to use an and operator? So syntax is double slash tag name, in bracket we are giving attributes and its value, and we are using and keyword and again another attribute. So why we need this syntax? So what happens sometimes, like you'll try to find one tag and using some attribute, but what will happen, there will be multiple elements with the same attribute. So let's consider the example of a person. So in a class I want to find a person, tag means person, and which is named as a Yogesh. So what will happen here, in a class there can be multiple students which name is a Yogesh. Okay, so we need, in that case we need to use another attribute like maybe surname or age or their hometown, something else. Okay, and then we'll be able to identify the person uniquely. So let's see how we can do that one. So in this one, let's say I want to find this. Let me go to some other link. Let's see, go to download, and here I want to find this 32-bit, this link. So if I just right click and inspect, it is highlighting this. So what is the tag used to generate this link? A tag. So I'm using double slash a, and it has, let's say I don't use any attribute, or okay, it has href attribute. So I will write here href, and we can write like this also without value also. I'm just using one attribute. And what happened now here, I'm able to find 661 anchor tags. You can see, means there are so many anchor tags are present with this attribute. So in this case, what we need to do is we need to use the and operator and mention the something unique, another attributes also. So if I go here, it has only one attribute. Okay, so in this case we need to write this exact thing. I'll just copy this attribute value. Here also we cannot use and operator because it has only one attribute. Okay, but let's see how we can find it. Or we can take something else. Okay. Okay, so here if you see here how we can locate this element, inspect this. Let's say I want to select this project. So this project is present here. Okay, it is anchor tag. It has two attributes, class and href. Let's say I am trying to find this with the class. So I will write Control F, double slash, it is anchor tag, and it has a class attribute as nav link. So you can see I have used the correct attribute. anchor tag and it has a class as a nav link. So I am using the attribute and its value here. But what is happening? I am able to find a 5 elements. It is not able to locate uniquely. Okay, so in that case, we need to tell more about this element. So it has another attribute also. Let href. So I will use and @href equal to /projects, and you can see I'm able to identify the projects now with the help of this AND operator. So this we have to mention each time before the attribute name. So class is attribute name, href is attribute name. This navlink is a value should be in a single quote. So here also, and it is case sensitive. So if you do small mistake also, it will not work. Okay, so make sure you follow this syntax properly. So now we learned second syntax also, how to use a AND operator. Similarly, we can use a OR operator also. Okay, but if you use OR here, so find out the A tags which has this class or href. So if you use the OR operator, it is able to find a multiple elements. So there are some scenarios in Selenium you want to find all the links which has these two attributes. So in that case, you can use OR operator also. Okay. So we have learned basic syntax, AND operator, OR operator. Okay. Now go to fourth one, contains. So how to use the contains? So we can use the content syntax is /tag name, and we have to use the keyword. This is a reserved keyword, contains, and we have to give this bracket @attribute name, and we are not using equal here. We are using comma and partial attribute value. So in case if you want to give the partial value, so let's say in this example only, I want to find a project, but I don't want to pass this project word completely here. So I can write here contains, replace this equal to with comma. Now I can write pro also. No need to write projects completely. But here it is able to find two elements. Okay. So I will use a and also again. We can use and also @class equal to now link. And you can see with the help of we are using the combination of contains and operator. So we are checking the finding the A tag which contains attribute href which value is pro, means its value contains pro keyword /pro. So this it contains pro keyword. Okay, and that's why it is able to find it. So if I use a t, attributes contain t, what will happen here? It will find all the elements which has a t. So you can see in projects T is there, documents T is there, support T is there. So these three will find. You can see 1, 2, 3. So this is how we can use this contains keyword. Okay. Now let's go to the next one. Okay, we have seen contents. Now we have starts with. Okay, so similarly contents, instead of contents we can use the starts with keyword. So what is the benefit of using start with, or how to use it? Let's say I want to find the elements which attribute value is starting with D. So you can see download href value is starting with D/D, here also /D. So I can use here, instead of contents I can use start yes is there, okay, hyphen with /D. So you can see whatever the elements attributes value is href value is starting with /D, it is selecting those elements. If I put D, it will not work. If I put T, it will not work, because there is no href which is starting with D. It is starting with /D. Okay. If I type /do also, it will work. You can see both attributes are starting with /do. If I put /doc, then it is selecting only one element, because this one is starting with /dow. Here it is starting with /doc. So I'm checking with starts with, so it is selecting only one. So this is how we can use starts with. Next syntax is text. So if you want to find any tag with a text without any attribute, we are not using @ symbol here because test is one reserved keyword, it is not an attribute. So we can use a text also. How to use that? Let's say this download is a link, right? So it is a anchor tag and it has a text equal to downloads. Okay, so why it is not working? The reason is this link doesn't have let me go to this link again. I'll just copy. So this downloads text is present inside a span, not under a anchor tag. So we need to write here after a span. Okay, means find an anchor tag. Inside that, check if there's span tag which has a text equal to download. And by text also we are able to locate this download link. Similarly, I want to locate this blog. Just change the text to blog, and it is able to find this blog. Similarly, these are also more links, right? But this is present directly inside a anchor tag. So I can use this learn more, remove this span. Okay, this is anchor tag which has a text equal to learn more, and after that there is a space also present. Okay, and that's why it was not working. Okay, due to space it is not working. So in this case what we can use a contents also. So you will face this type of issue, contains text comma more. Okay, so it is able to locate the learn more link, but still it is locating more links. So we can just find out, let's say I want to find this learn more. Okay, so this learn more is present in a row P5, or we can just check some other attribute also. Okay, so let's say this is present in a this Selenium IDE section. So we can take a help of some parent tag and we will be able to identify this exact button. So we will see that there are more syntax are there. Okay, so text is done. Now we have following. So what is the use of this following keyword? How to write XPath using following keyword? So let's say in this web page, let's say I will find first this download WebDriver link. And what is the following link for this one? Grid. Following means below, preceding means previous. So I will find this element first. uh, you can use any syntax to find this. It is a span and it has a text present, it doesn't have any attribute. So I can use a text locator, XPath locator in that text method. So find out span which has text equal to WebDriver. Okay, but again it is finding multiple things, so we can take a help of some other element like this div I can take. So inside this div this span is present, so I will find this div first. Div which has id equal to td hyphen sidebar menu. So I will find div which has I'll find div which has id equal to td menu, and inside that find the span. Now it is able to find the WebDriver, right? Now I want to use a following, means I want to find a grid. I want to find a grid. So what we can do here, first we need to find a li. Okay, so for this li, the following li is a grid, you can see, and for this li, this is the following li element, this is the following element. So here we are on a WebDriver, so following li I want to take. So after li I will use colon colon following. Okay, let's see the syntax again. So we'll be using double slash following and which element. Okay, so we have to use a after li double slash following colon colon li. Okay, now this is not required. Okay, we are writing find the li tag. Okay, let's find this WebDriver first. So this li which has a id also present, right? So we can take this id, find the li which has id equal to this one. Now WebDriver is fine. Now use slash following keyword colon colon li. So you can see we are able to find the grid also, but it has a lots of following li's, right? So again we need to use some more attribute. So li which has id, or we can write something like this, find first li, and we are able to find the grid. So if you see here, we are not using text grid anywhere, but still we are able to find it. So what we did, we just find the WebDriver element, and for that WebDriver element, find the following li, which following li first one. So it is finding the grid. Now if we call it as indexing. If I put 2 or 3, it is selecting the different element. So we need a first li only. Okay. I hope this is clear how to use the following keyword. The next syntax we are going to learn is ancestor. Okay, so ancestor means it is like a preceding, means previous element, but ancestor means all previous element. Okay, all previous element. Let's say I want to find this till WebDriver, and I want to find all the previous li. Or let's say we will find about, or this id. So this id, I'll just take this. Okay, we are able to find id. Now if I use the ancestor, okay, I'll just use double slash ancestor, which ancestor, div or li. So ancestor means it will find the all the previous li tag. Okay, or if you want to find something else, let's say before this id, uh, so this is present in the div tag. So all the div tag I want to find out. So there are 4 div tags are present. Okay, before this li tag. Okay, so ancestor means previous parents. Okay, previous parents. So for this li, if I write li of ancestor li, so it will not find the li previous li, it will find the parent elements. So parent means all these are in same level, right? For this li, the parent is ul. For ul, this div is parent. For this div, this header is parent. For this header, this body is parent. So ancestor means it will find the preceding element, previous parent elements. Okay, for this li. So this is how we can use the ancestor to find the preceding parent elements. Okay, so next syntax we will see is child. So child means if you want to locate the child element. So for this li, this a is a child. Okay, so what is div? These are the childs. So let's say we will find this div first. Div which has this attribute and values nav var drop down values now bar drop down. Okay, so we have selected this one. I want to find child. I want to find a child from this one. So we will be using slash child with child anchor tag. So all these are child. So it is selecting all these. Okay, it is selecting all these. Okay, but if you want first child, so you will use the child of a1. If you want second child, you will use the 2. If you need a fifth one, you will use the 5. Okay, so whatever the child you want to find, you can find it. So next syntax is a after child we have next syntax is a preceding. So means if you want to find a previous element, so we will be using preceding and which element you want. Okay, so in the same example, instead of child, so the preceding li is about. This preceding element is a. So if I want to find that a tag, I will use preceding colon a, and we are able to find the preceding anchor tag. But there are two preceding anchor tags are present. So again we can use the attribute also. Find the a which has a text equal to about, and we are able to find the this anchor tag with the help of preceding keyword. Okay, we have used the combination of text and preceding. Now the next XPath we are going to see is following sibling. Okay, we have already seen the following. Following means any following element. So following sibling means immediate following sibling. Okay, so we can see this syntax also. So let's say I'll remove this preceding. I will use following sibling. I want to find li tag. Okay, so there is no li, I think. So there is no sibling, following sibling for this one. Okay, so let's find the this div. Let me take some other website now. We have used this. I'll take this website. Okay. Now let's say I will find this collaboration box. Let's see this list. This looks good. Okay, I want to find this anchor tag which has some text present. Okay, this is a anchor tag. Inside that span is there. Inside span this text is present. Okay, so I will find this anchor tag /a. Under that span is present, and that span has some text. So I will write contains or start with also. We can starts with text, and we will use the text API, or let's see, we can use some attributes also, and the span. Okay, it is anchor tag only. Find the anchor tag which starts with or use the text contains text API. Okay, but there are so many elements are there. So what we can do is we can use API automation tools for this text. We can use API automation, and you can see we are able to find this anchor tag here, right? So if I use the following now, following sibling here, okay, if we use the following sibling here, so what will happen? Following sibling means it has, or let me find the parent. So there is one syntax which we are learning, slash parent. Which parent I want? Div. So you can see I selected the parent. Now with the help of that, so for this div, what is the following sibling? This div means it will select this testable architecture. Okay, so I will if I want to select that one, I will be using following sibling colon div, and you can see it is selecting all the following siblings. But from this following sibling I want first following sibling, so I will use the indexing first. If I need second, I will use 2. If I need third, I will use 3. If I need fourth, I will use 4. Okay, so this was the another way syntax using this following sibling. Now go to the next syntax, the parent which we just saw. It will select the parent. Self element, self is there, so it will select the self element. Okay, so if I go here and if I type this is the div, and I can use self also, self slash self div, so it will select the same element. Okay, so nothing is there. um, so after this one we have descendant, last, position, and position odd even. So let's see how we can use this last, descendant, and position. So if I go to this same example, so here we are on this div, and from this div I want following sibling colon div. So there are multiple following sibling. I want first, then I can use the index. If I need a second, I can use second index. But let's say I want last one. So last one means 3, 4, 5. This one. So this is last. But what happened? This link, this list is dynamic, and the tomorrow it can have 5 elements. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, it can have 10 elements, 15 elements. So how we will find the last one? So we'll be using function called last, opening closing bracket. So this syntax will find the last element from this div. So you can see. So if you need last minus 1, then also you can use last minus 1. You can use last minus 2 also. So this is how we can find these elements. Okay, so last minus 1, last minus 2, last plus 1 will not work, because after last element there will be no element, right? So this is how we can use. Let's say you want first 2 elements, so for that, instead of last, we'll be using the position is greater than 2 or less than 2. 3 means it will select first 2 element only. I need to exclude first 2 element and select all other. So I will write position is greater than 2. So you can see it is selecting all the elements. After it is excluding 2. testable architecture and continuous building. Okay. The next one is I need to find alternate element. So I will be using position mod 2 equal to 0, and you can see it is selecting the alternate element. It is selecting continuous build and directly upgrading. So this is very important syntax, and it is very tricky. Okay, so you can see the syntax: position space mod space 2 equal to 0. So this will select the alternate div elements, okay, from this div. Okay, I hope this is clear now. So what are the different ways, different types of locators syntax are there in Xpath? So I will suggest you to just go through this uh, any website. You can take Amazon or anything, try to locate the element, and if you are facing any challenges, please don't hesitate to comment in the chat box, and I will definitely help you. Okay, so before we stop this video or this session, I will show you another important way how to write the XPath in the this inspect element. So what we are doing, like we are just going to this, we are doing inspect page, and here we are doing control F and we are typing the uh, tag name. So what is happening when we type here, this DOM is scrolling actually, okay, and we are not able to see where that element is gone. So another way to write it is in the console section. You can see below we have console section present. So this is the clear option. So we can clear the console. So in this console also we can write your XPath or validate your XPath. Let's say I want to find all the, what is the syntax? X S. Okay, just 1 minute. Okay, so we'll be using syntax dollar X in bracket double quote, and here we have to validate our XPath. Let's say I want to find all the links on the web page. So links, you know, links are generated using a tag, and all the links means I will use /a. So there are total 199 links are present. I want to find a link with, or span which has a WebDriver text. Under anchor tag, I want to find a span. There are 129 spans are present. I want a span which has text equal to WebDriver, and we are able to find only one span. Okay, so here it is very easy because it is not scrolling by this element box. Okay, so this is the syntax $x, this bracket, and inside that double quote, and here this is the XPath actually. This is how we can write the XPath. Here we can clear also. Again, if I want to validate something, I will use $x brackets and double quote. I want to find let's say login page. I'll go to google.com or search box I want to find. I'll right click here, inspect. Now I know this is the input. I can see here all the attributes. There are so many attributes are there. How to validate here? I will write this is input tag /input. So there are 9 input boxes. So I will use some attribute. Let's say title equal to search @ title equal to search. Okay, it is not finding because it is case sensitive. Yes, should be capital. And you can see it is identified one input box. Okay, length is 1. Okay, so this is how this is very important. So how to write the XPath or how to validate your XPath in the inspect element in Chrome browser. So there are two ways. One is in element, you can press Ctrl F and type in this box, but here this page will get scrolled as you type here. So better way is to use this one, console, to validate your XPath. So thanks everyone. So if you have facing any issues to locate any element, please comment in this video, and you will see relevant videos related to Selenium and different automation tool in the comment section or in the description of this video. Thank you so much.